Let's talk money. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, so money. Let's talk money. I'm playing with the camera a little bit. Okay, so let's talk money. My favorite topic of all time. I've gotten really good with my relationship with money. And part of the reason why is because I read multiple books about it. Overcoming Under Earning, The Soul of Money, which I highly recommend. There's another one called Your Money or Your Life by Vicki Robin. Vicki Robin. Vicki Robin. And my life coach has taught a course about money that I took. It's called Smashing Your Money Blocks, which is a phenomenal course. And that's all the books I have on my desk right now for money. So I am a self-appointed expert in the energy of money, and there's always room for more transformation with the energy of money. Always. Hey, Professor, we're talking money today. Your favorite. So I've been very productive today. I've been writing the course that I'm going to release about money. And I haven't really decided, hey Karen, I haven't decided on the name of the course or the price of the course, but it will be offered soon for you to take if that is your desire. If you desire to be a master of the energy of money, then brace yourself, because you will become a master of the energy of money. And I will yell at some manifestations to you so that it starts resonating into your heart and your soul, and you start waking up and start really becoming a master of the energy of money. And here's some interesting things I learned about money. So for us, first of all, we created money to make our lives easier. We are actually supposed to run money. Like we invented money to make our lives easier, and then somehow along the way it's become pretty backwards, and we allow money instead to run our lives. And I don't know when those roles got reversed. And when I read the book Your Money or Your Life by Vicki Robin, this one guy asked this really profound question. Hey, Trevelia, and he asks you, what does money represent to you? And the students in the economics class are like, it's an exchange of currency. You buy money for goods and services. And Trevelia, we're talking about money today, and all this stuff. And he's like, yeah. So they keep guessing and things like that. And he goes, you know what money is? Like, what is the most valuable thing you own in this life? And they're like, time. Yeah. He goes, yes. I don't know if they said time. He's like, time. Time is the most valuable thing you own in your life. And what you have from now until when you die is time. And a lot of us spend at least 8 hours a day, if not more, converting that time, that life energy, into money. Not to mention the time we drive there, the time we drive home, all the preparation we do to get ready for work and all that stuff. And the time we spend buying clothes for work, things like that. He goes, so the time you spend at work is the time you convert your time into money. It is your life energy. Money is a representation of your life energy. Do you get that? Money is a representation of your life energy. And many of us spend our money, our life energy, on the things at Target, at the things at the grocery stores. We buy stuff we don't need. We buy stuff we don't want. We go on some odd shopping sprees. Sometimes I buy shirts. Sometimes I bought shirts. I don't do that anymore. I used to buy shirts that still had tags on them. And I would tell myself it was such a great deal because it was on sale. And I haven't worn them. Hey, AJ Sweet Occasions. and I don't even wear them. Like, I spend my life energy on buying something that I don't even use or wear. That thing doesn't even bring me joy. And I bought it because I thought it was a good deal. I spent my life energy on exchanging for something that I did not want in my life and I did not use. It was on the happenstance, the chance that I may take it off of the hanger, pull off the price tag, and wear it. That sounds great, doesn't it? So all of us, we all have money blocks. I still have money blocks. Like every day we're having more transformation with our relationship with money. And we can choose to transform it. We can choose to just be very powerful about it. We can choose to set the intention that we're going to transform our relationship with money. Or we can continue living the way we live and with money. Like I allowed the way my parents interacted with money to affect me. I allowed one of the earliest memories I have of money is when I went into this Asian grocery store and there was this pinwheel and it had candy in the stem of the pinwheel. And I said to my mom, I really, really wanted it. And it was ridiculously priced. It was probably like $10 or something. And back then in like the 80s, like $10 was ridiculous. My parents probably made like $2 an hour or something like that. And so she buys it for me. We go out into the car and my dad goes, he asks her, how much was that pinwheel? And she probably said, whatever, it cost $10 something. So then he takes his finger and he pokes it into my head. And he's just, I don't know what he called me, probably like a spoiled brat or something like that. And he barked out for her to go back into the store and return the pinwheel. Because we could not afford to spend 10 freaking dollars. He probably dropped a few F-bombs, on a freaking pinwheel because Tuan wants it. And so my earliest memory of money was bad. My parents fought over money. We don't have enough of it. I can't buy a pinwheel. Money pisses my dad off. My dad probably doesn't love me. Like all this junk, right? That's not even true. But that was my conversation about money. And that's what I thought about money. And how many other humans out there have like this experience of money and we bring it into our adulthood? Like we see how our parents acted about money and then we just take it on. Like back in the 80s, the parents, the men and women role in my life, my parents, like my dad would be in charge of the money. He would say, here's $100 or whatever they spent on the groceries. And my mom would use that money to buy the groceries. And then he'd pay all the bills. And then if she wanted more money for something else, she would ask him to give her the money. And one time she wanted to send money home to her dad that was dying. And he's like, we don't have any money. You can send $20 home or something, but we don't have hundreds of dollars to send home. And then she was just like, well, if we don't send a few $100s home, he's not gonna be able to buy the medicine and he's going to die. And he goes, we don't have it. And maybe they did have it, maybe they didn't have it, but my dad knew that money was tough. And he had that tough conversation with her and she did not care for the answer. And instead of ruffling the feathers, instead of like doing what she wanted to do anyways and sending the money home and seeing what happens, her father dies and she doesn't send the money home. And so then she spends the rest of her life blaming my grandfather's death on my dad because he did not allow her, he did not let her send money home to Vietnam for my dying grandfather. The resentment, can you imagine the resentment, the anger, all of it just stayed for years and years and years. And so that was my relationship with money. That's how I saw money. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. When I was in Arizona, I had a short sale. And the housing market dropped. I had a home that was had zero equity in it, and I made some poor decisions. I thought if I put my money in a house, it was good because then the value of the home goes up, then I can sell it. I didn't know I bought it at a bubble. And then once I wanted to move back to Texas, I didn't live there anymore. It made 0 sense to keep the house. We couldn't sell it because the market dropped so much. Like we had to short sell the home. And then it affected my credit for years. I had bad credit for a few years until, it got cleaned off of my credit history. So my relationship with money has not always been great. In fact, there's some not so nice stories like the ones I just told you about. And I deeply desire to transform my relationship with money. And I know if I have issues with money and I'm weird about money, then there are probably other souls out there, there are fellow souls out there that also have issues with money. At one point in my marriage, I would have gift cards. I would get gift cards from work and I would just leave them in my purse. And then I was like, I'm not going to tell my husband Everett about them because it's my money. I got those gift cards. Then I should be able to spend them however I would like. And I remembered my mom would get a bonus check from work, and she's like, hey, can you cash this for me? Because I want to use this money on something else. I don't want Dad to know about it. And so I started following my mom's behavior. I started pulling those kind of stunts. And I was like, hey, Everett, I almost didn't tell you that I had these gift cards in my purse. And he was just like, like, whatever, I don't care, because, but at the same time, like, we could be using that money for, like, Target. Not that we should spend all our money at Target. But, like, that's how unhealthy my relationship with money. I never felt like, even though Everett and I made the same amount of money, like, I felt like I wasn't an equal in the relationship because I saw how my mom was not equal, and I took on that role, and I didn't even know that I took on that role. Like, there's so many things we can transform about our relationship with money. And there are so many ways that we just are disempowered about money. We don't, like I think about, so in the course that I was outlining for you, so I'm creating a course on money. In the course I was outlining, one of the things I ask you is, if this was your last day on earth and you think about your life energy, which also can be seen in the form of money. If you think about your life energy and how you spent it, how would you like to remember yourself? How would you like to remember how you spent your life energy? Do you want to think about like, well, I spent a lot of my life energy on buying things from Target and from the grocery store and the mall? Or would you like to more talk about like, what are the ways that you earned money powerfully? You did something that was deeply life fulfilling, or you earned money from the wonderful message you shared through your books, or in Trevelia's case, her book of poetry, or her positive diet, or do you want to say, or would you like to say, I supported the women of Beijing. I supported the women of the United Way, of the United Nations. I supported all the causes that worked for the inequality of women in other countries. Like in India, there was, like when I was reading The Soul of Money, the woman that wrote the book, her name is Lynn Twist. She worked for the Hunger Project, and she'd go all around the world and she would raise money for different causes. And one of the places that she visited was in India. It was in this small town, and the women came forward and they shared with her a heart-wrenching story. They share with her about how in that particular area of India, any girl that was born was considered a curse, and the newborn daughters would be suffocated or killed immediately, because in order for the girl to be married off, they would a dowry. The moms, the daughter's parents would pay the husband's family a dowry for them to accept the bride into the marriage. And so that particular part of India was so poor that they did not have any money to pay any dowries for their daughters to be sent off into marriage. And so they would kill the daughters, and it was just a common practice that they accepted. And the moms that killed their own daughters, they would live with that for the rest of their life. Can you imagine suffocating your own daughter? Someone that you nurtured for 9 freaking months and you don't know if it's a boy or a girl, and then you would suffocate and kill the daughter. The guilt is heart-wrenching to hear. And so these moms, each of them at least killed at least one daughter, and they shared the story with Lynn Twist. And they desired to make a difference. They desired to change the world. They desired to not have that dowry be required anymore, as if the girl isn't worth enough on her own. You have to pay a dowry for her to get married? Give me a freaking break. Can you imagine? I'm going to pay you money so that you will marry me. If that's not the biggest load of crap I've ever heard in my entire life, don't get me started. And so they started building awareness, and they stopped that freaking practice. But they needed money. They need money to help sustain that town, to build awareness, to build movies, and to build advertise so that other parts of the world and other parts of India could support that cause and build awareness that you don't need a dowry to get married. You're worth your own weight. You're worth like what you can generate. You're worth who you are simply because you are. And so imagine if your money went to go support some cause like that, right? And there's like women around the world where their genetic, their reproductive systems, their reproductive parts are mutilated. Some of them are sewn shut so they could stay virgins, you know, like so that, you know, they wouldn't become, you know, have like premarital sex and stuff like that, so that when they're married off, like they're guaranteed to be pure and a virgin. Like, it's the most inhumane practices I've ever heard, and it actually exists around our world. And we can contribute our own life energy, our money, to stop those things from happening. If you think about, if this is the last day of your life on this planet, and you think about your life energy and all that time that you spent to earn all this money, where would you like that money to go? Would you like to spend it at Target and food? Or would you like to send some of it to helping these causes around the world that mean something to you? Like the women that are killing their own daughters, or the moms and the daughters that are mutilated. Like, there are so many wonderful causes out there that we can support and change and shift to elevate humanity and our planet, and we are not doing it. We're not even aware of it. And then we spend all our money at Target. You know what I figured out recently? I learned that I am at least 200% more productive if I fast every other day. I'll eat one day and then I'll fast a day. I'll eat one day and I'll fast a day. And I don't need that much food. I have so much more energy doing that instead of grazing food all day. And that saves me money and time. I'm not spending time eating. I'm spending time doing productive stuff. I'm spending time writing. I'm spending time sharing these videos with you. I'm spending time with my kids. I'm spending time like everything else but eating every other day. And I usually drink this Shakeology, the superfood shake, every day, and it costs like $100 a month. And instead of spending $100 a month, all of a sudden I'm spending $50 a month, just like that, because I learned how to be more efficient with my life energy, with my money. Like, there's so many things that can open up for you when you finally commit to being a master of the energy of money. Like, you have no idea. This course that I'm going to offer to you, that I'm creating and writing right now, like, is going to blow you away, because my intention is you are a master of the energy of money. You are a master of your own life energy, and I will empower you to live that way. So I've learned that one of the most powerful ways to, thank you for all the hearts. I've learned that one of the most powerful ways that you can transform your life is to yell out manifestations, affirmations at yourself. And I don't mean like just yell. I mean yell as loud as you possibly can from your core, from the bottom of your guts, out into existence, out into the physical form of speech. So I'm going to yell some powerful affirmations at you so that you, thank you, Trevelia. So I'm going to yell some positive affirmations at you, some positive manifestations to you, and this will be part of some transformation you will receive in my money course that I will be offering shortly. Are you ready? Are you ready? You are a master of the energy of money. You are a master of the soul of money. You are a master of the flow of money. You are the master of your life energy. You are empowered with the energy of money.
Mom, you're saying it too loud.
I'm sorry. My son is like, Mom, you're being too loud. You have a healthy, empowering relationship with money. You use your life energy to elevate humanity and our planet. So I could yell louder, but my son is asking me to stop yelling so loud. And also, I encourage you to yell out those manifestations to yourself in front of the mirror. And if you don't like doing your house where your son tells you to be quiet, you can do it in your car because there's a mirror in your car. And when you yell out your affirmations, your manifestations to yourself in the mirror, and you can see yourself and you're speaking to the depths of your soul, first, in order to do so, you are contracting your gut, your abs, and you're shouting from the depths of your guts. So first, you're getting a core exercise. 2, you are utilizing a chakra, a certain energy that you typically don't use because usually we're not yelling and screaming things out. And 3, when you say stuff from the depths of your guts and you're announcing it and declaring it with resoluteness into the atmosphere, into the ether, you're changing the vibration. You are speaking into the depths of your soul. You are waking yourself up. Yeah, I just learned that the other day. When I was yelling out my manifestations to myself, like I would record them and they didn't do anything. And then when I yelled them to myself while I was recording my video, it hit me so hard, like it brought me to tears because I freaking woke up. So do that and you will find yourself waking up. So there you have it. Soon to be here, a money course on how to powerfully live your life, how to spend your life energy, and how to become a master of the energy of money. And you will use your energy to elevate humanity and our planet. Of course, of course. Who do you think you are? You are you are a manifestation of the multiverse. You are divine. You have the Heavenly Father, you have God within you. Of course, your life energy be used to elevate our planet and humanity. Of course. I send you love, light, profound clarity, infinite possibility to create the life you desire to live, one that is aligned with your soul's growth, expansion, and purpose always. Sending you lots of love. Here's to you living a soul elevated life. I love you lots. And also, if you didn't know, I'm a life coach. If you're looking to climb up your mountain, you're ready to live your most powerful life, and you don't know how to access all the tools that already exist within you, then that's what I do as your Sherpa. I'm an expert mountaineer. I have a staff that I will hold up high into the air so that should you ever lose sight of where you are going, should you ever look down, you will always see me and find me and my staff, and I will be right there with you, ready to guide you up the mountain. Always. That's what I do. That is my life purpose. That is my soul's purpose, is to be here as your Sherpa. So I love you lots, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, Trevelia. Bye, Kyle. Bye, Karen. Bye, Jules, Vintage, Letty, Miami, Roger, Fisher, and AJ Sweet Occasions. See you tomorrow.